a very overcast, dull and humid day, so perfect time for some outdoor photography. So I have come to Naejangsan, which is a national park here in South Korea, and at the bottom of the national park there's some woodlands with a stream running through. There's some temples at the base of the mountain, and so I have come here to see what I can get, really. Unfortunately, I'm very time limited today, and so I'm only really going to be able to scratch the surface of Naejang National Park, which is a shame, but I'm very excited to see what it offers. So my first composition is this beautiful little stream. I've got this very gnarly twisted tree in the foreground on the left side. I've got the little stream trickling down in the middle of the image, and the background I have this bridge that people are crossing to get to this side of the stream. So the idea here is that we're going to take two images and then I'm going to smush them together in post-processing. The reason for that is I would like a long exposure of the stream because I want to capture the movement of the water. And there's also some, I don't know if it's bubbles or little leaves or something in the water that are kind of circling in, going in a circle motion. So I want to get a long exposure to capture that movement. So I've just gone for a 6-stop ND filter at about 8 to 10 seconds to get a very smooth stream and to capture that movement. I'm going to take a image with a faster shutter speed and try and get some people walking across this bridge and perhaps on this pathway as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these two exposures together to hopefully create something very interesting. Come into my picture. Yeah, we're too slow.
I didn't want to sacrifice too much ISO or aperture to freeze a passerby, but managed to get a semi-decent shot at 30th of a second, although not perfectly sharp.
I'm slowly being eaten by mosquitoes as I stand here. So I'm having actually a lot of fun with this composition. I'm now in portrait and I'm doing a long exposure, and I'm not really happy with how it's coming out trying to get people on the bridge with a faster shutter speed. I'm not very happy with the exposure of the light. So I think I'm just going to focus on a long exposure and this stream and the tree. The only problem here is I can't move any further back without blocking the pathway, and I really want to move back to get more of this tree and the tree, what are they called? Like the trunk's legs, the trunk's legs. Get more of the tree roots into shot, but unfortunately if I did that I'd be blocking the pathway and people would probably not be very happy with me. But I think we got a shot. So this is a pavilion that I've completely forgotten the name of, but this is quite cool.
There were a lot of people visiting Woodland Pavilion, and so I decided to take a walk through the woods instead, in hope it'd calm down a bit later.
So woodland photography is kind of difficult to me. I always get very overwhelmed by everything. And so I'm trying to take my time. I'm looking at the light, I'm seeing which trees are catching light. I'm looking for interesting old trees, but there's a lot to look at right now. It's very beautiful. They're small trees, but they're very closely knit together, and so it creates this kind of green canopy over everything, and it's gorgeous to walk under. Nothing is really grabbing my attention right now in this woodland area. Nothing's just standing out to me, which is okay. It's a lovely walk. It's much cooler in here than it is out on the open path. It's a bit humid today, but I think I'm going to go back to the pavilion, see if I can get a shot there. What is that? It sounds like a TV show buzzer. So I'm trying to find interesting ways to frame the pavilion using the trees and leaves and branches. I don't really want the sky in my picture at all because the sky today is incredibly dull. It's just flat, it's white. It's not going to bring anything to the picture, so I don't want it in my image. So I'm also looking for people that are crossing the river, water, lake, stream, path, stones, to try and get some person, subject, interest. Does that make any sense? Who knows? I know what I'm doing.
In the end, I captured 2 simple shots using the pavilion and passerbys as my main subjects. Trying to frame the pavilion with branches and leaves felt too cluttered. Sometimes simplicity is best.
I think I got a couple of nice images. Unfortunately, I have run out of time, but to be honest, the light has completely gone now. It's very flat and dull. So perfect timing, I guess. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I gotta go. Bye.